Welcome to the condolences scene. I'm pleased to meet you and hope you are all well. I kindly ask you to subscribe to this channel. This is not a request, but a plea. Our topic today is the press conference held by national coach Walid Regragui, the coach of the Moroccan national football team. Let's learn more about this conference after the break. The Moroccan national team, nicknamed the Atlas Lions, has announced its readiness for the highly anticipated match against Nigeria, scheduled for Wednesday evening, with the exception of midfielder Azzedine Ounahi, who is still recovering from injury. The national team will face their Nigerian counterparts at the Prince Moulay Abdellah Sports Complex in Rabat, in the semi-finals of the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations, starting at 9 p.m. Coach Regragui explained in the pre-match press conference that the Moroccan team is continuing its preparations with great focus for this important continental event, saying, "We are continuing our preparations for the semi-finals after reaching this stage for the first time in years. We will face a strong team, but we are ready to achieve victory and reach the final." Regarding the players' health, the Atlas Lions coach confirmed that Azzedine Ounahi remains unavailable due to injury, while Romain Saïss has returned to training. He indicated that Saïss's participation will be decided after the final training session, adding, "With the exception of Ounahi, all the players are ready." Regragui also discussed tactical options, explaining that taking risks is sometimes necessary but always calculated. He praised the team's performance in the quarterfinals, adding, "We played a good match that satisfied everyone with the overall performance. We are in good physical and mental condition, and we will face Nigeria, who have rediscovered their form after failing to qualify for the World Cup." On the subject of refereeing controversies, the coach emphasized that this issue exists across the globe, stating, "Unfortunately, there's always talk about behind-the-scenes refereeing decisions. Controversy exists everywhere, and we, too, have suffered from refereeing errors in previous matches. I try to defend African football. There are those who seek to diminish our value, but our true response is only on the pitch, through victory." He continued, "Unfortunately, in Morocco, criticism always targets the coach. I fight for my country, and sometimes I face criticism even after achieving victory. I hope that the coach who replaces me in the future achieves better results than I did." Walid Regragui, the Moroccan national team coach, emphasized that the upcoming match against Nigeria requires the utmost focus and tactical discipline, given the opponent's strength and the quality of its players. He made these remarks during the press conference held today, on the eve of the match. Morocco's national team coach, Walid Regragui, spoke ahead of their 2025 Africa Cup of Nations semi-final against Nigeria, combining realism, calm, and confidence amidst escalating controversy surrounding refereeing and the high stakes of the tournament being held in Morocco. Regragui chose to focus on the pitch, emphasizing that the Atlas Lions enter the semi-finals with a clear competitive mindset and ambitions that don't stop there. He maintained his firm stance on the refereeing controversies surrounding the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations, asserting that the real discussion should center on what happens on the field, not on refereeing decisions, which are simply part of the game. Regragui explained that the victory over Cameroon was well-deserved in every respect, pointing out that the statistics on the pitch were sufficient to settle any debate. He stated, "A team that didn't have a single shot on target cannot talk about refereeing injustice. Rather, we must acknowledge the opponent's right to win." The Atlas Lions coach added that if he were in the other team's position, he would have directly told his players to focus on their performance on the pitch instead of being distracted by external factors. He also expressed his hope that the refereeing would continue its good performance, as it has been since the start of the tournament. Regragui also pointed to the influence of social media and the press in amplifying controversy, explaining that while fans' opinions vary between those who support the Moroccan national team and those who oppose it, this does not change his conviction that the only deciding factor remains what is presented on the field. He concluded his remarks on this matter by emphasizing that his top priority, both for himself and his players, is to deliver strong and clean football, because the pitch alone answers all the questions. From experimentation to decisiveness, how has the national team's face changed? Regragui explained that the early stages of the tournament were dedicated to experimenting with different options and giving playing time to several players, as part of building a cohesive unit capable of handling the pressure of the decisive rounds, even if it required making some bold decisions. He pointed out that the match against Cameroon was a pivotal turning point, both in terms of performance and in restoring the fans' confidence, saying, "The Cameroon match raised the level of motivation and reassured the fans because they saw a team that competes fiercely on the field." He emphasized that the nature of the opponent dictates the level of focus and readiness, explaining that big matches bring out the best in the players. Regarding the match against Nigeria, Regragui stressed the strength of the opponent, affirming that the Super Eagles are a team that knows how to handle pressure and is not affected by the absence of one or two players, which requires the Moroccan national team to be at its peak readiness. The national coach explained that the absence of defensive midfielder Wilfred Ndidi might work in the Atlas Lions' favor, but he emphasized that the Nigerian team remains strong thanks to prominent names in their attacking line, such as Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, and Alex Iwobi, in addition to the depth of their bench, which gives the coach multiple options. Regragui added that the keys to the match lie in winning duels and applying high pressure. He warned against an ill-considered defensive retreat, as happened against Cameroon, because that could give the opponent an opportunity to punish the Moroccan team and regain their composure. The Lions coach pointed out that the semi-final match will be a true test for both sides, and that the Nigerian team has not yet faced an opponent as strong as the Moroccan team, which will make the match wide open. The match against Cameroon reassured Moroccan fans about the national team's overall performance, and he confirmed that the match against Nigeria would be similar. He emphasized that the national team players are ready to translate the extensive work the national coach has undertaken since taking over the reins of the team, and also to demonstrate that the national team is capable of winning the African title. The national coach stated that he will work to translate this hard work into a victory in this match to secure qualification for the final. National coach Walid Regragui stated that the Moroccan national team will face a different kind of opponent than the others in the Africa Cup of Nations currently being held in Morocco. In the press conference he held today, Regragui said, "We will face a different kind of opponent. Reaching the semi-finals of the Africa Cup of Nations is different from our previous appearance in the World Cup semi-finals, where we were seen as having achieved a surprise. Now things are different, we are in a different situation. We will try to play in order to reach the final and win the title." Regarding the pressure from the Moroccan fans, Walid continued, "My message to them is to strongly support the players. The goal is to reach the final and make our fans happy. Before I say goodbye, please subscribe to the channel so it doesn't get shut down. Thank you so much for your continued support of the channel. See you again soon."